Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. In this video, we're gonna go over some animation packs. This one specifically right here that you might have seen on the front page. If you've been curious about that, we're gonna check it out here so you won't need to download it. We're also gonna check out something else that looked pretty cool. It's another free thing that you can download. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff. I need to figure out how to remove some of this stuff because some of this is garbage. Like, don't ever buy an inventory system off the. I think I paid like $5 and like $10 for this, and they are garbage. Like, the one I made is like a million times better, and this is the first thing I've ever done in my life on Unreal Engine. So don't buy those. But hold on here. I'm gonna find it in 2 seconds. It's here. Yeah, here it is. So we have our free animation pack. And this is the game animation sample. This one you have to create a separate project, and this one you can add to a project. So you might have seen these. This is the animation one, and I might not even open this up because I can just kind of explain. I was like, ooh, female animation pack, fighting animation pack. I was like, okay, might be able to use some of this stuff, happy animation. I was like, all right, it doesn't look like a lot, but I might be able to use some of this for my female character, like my NPC that just stands there. But then after I like opened it up, there was literally like 8 animations, and they were all so specific that they were like garbage. Like, you could not use this for any game. And then I read this and I was like, selected animations from other collections such as. So you don't actually get any of this crap. They give you like 8 animations that are very specific, that are like looping, and yeah, that was a waste of time. I can't believe I downloaded that. This one's actually pretty cool. Little side note here, it's the building system, which is also free, and this one looks really well done. This is gonna be the cornerstone of my next game. I promise. I love building games. But then I was like, wait a second. Does this come with it? And I was like reading this, it does come with it. These animations, mining and tree chopping, come with this, and it's using the EU4, which unfortunately is what I've been using, and I'll talk about that in a second. That's going to be the rest of the video. So yeah, let's just hop right into that project, which I've pre-downloaded this. So this is not going to work for my project. You might have noticed I did upgrade to 5.4. I haven't done an upgrade in a while. It was bringing back memories. That's how long ago it was. I'm going to save these, and hopefully I can open them with 5.4, but I think you hit this and you uninstall the 5.3, and then you just use this one by default. But now that my game's getting so complicated, I'm going to keep the older one, because I might not notice for several weeks that something's broken, because there's so much in my game now that I might not test every little thing. And then a couple weeks down the road, I'm like, oh, why is this not working? Which I'm going to boot this up, and my merchant wasn't working. And I was like, what the heck? How did he break? And like, I have no idea still. But it's good to keep an older version to go back, and like, I'm going to start doing that a lot now. So this is the animation pack. This is done really well. That's why it's on the front page. But this is very specific. I would say if you're making like a game like Grand Theft Auto, like GTA, you could drag and drop this in your game and be good to go. Lucky you. Lucky you. So first off, they got these really cool on begin overlap things here for the cosmetics of the level. We'll just kind of do that. The controls are right here, which you can see they don't have sprint or crouch. I'm going to kind of adjust the view out a little tiny bit because I don't like being so close. This is kind of neat. So it says the widget, but this is a window for Unreal. This isn't a widget. This is kind of neat for like debugging or something. Like, I'm going to figure out how they did that. And you can pick different meshes here, which if you use the same skeleton, I clicked the game. If you use the same skeleton, you can swap your meshes pretty easily, as easy as clicking a button. So I'm going to definitely try to straighten out my skeleton because I'm going to want to use different meshes, like a blacksmith NPC and all this different stuff. So I'm going to do that. Let's do this. So we can teleport over there, which is really cool. This looks amazing, right? Like, if you're visually stimulated, which like I think 90% of people are when it comes to gaming, this is it, right? This is the one. Wow, so cool. Really, really freaking dope. Like every blending thing here is done to make this look cool no matter what you do. But for me, I'm not visually stimulated. So right away I'm noticing like it's not doing everything I'm doing with my keyboard. And I kind of don't like these wall jumping things because you're hitting jump and it's connecting to that. So like a lot of times when I'm playing a game, I want to jump on top of this. I don't want to freaking snap to it. So like it's not doing what I want it to do. Like I'm hitting controls to do things and it's not doing what I want it to do. But you know, if you're visually stimulated, like you don't care. Like you're just like, oh, this looks awesome, awesome. And I'm not trying to make fun of you guys, but you know, like all my friends are visually stimulated and they don't notice a lot of things as long as it looks cool. And that's how it is, you know, like this stuff looks cool. It blends really well with all the movement and stuff. But you know, like it's also, you have to attach these things to your blocks, you know, like, and that's why we didn't connect to this one because it doesn't have one on the gray. It's only on these peach ones, you know. And like this jumping course here, like you need to be able to change your trajectory in midair, which is very unrealistic, but it's how you have to have unrealistic things in games quite often to make them fun. So if you have jumping puzzles, you can't like, oh man, I should be able to change my, I knew I needed to, I overshot that. I could have fixed it midair, but you know, like you have to actually nail your jump when you leave the ground, otherwise you can't fix it midair. And that's really frustrating when you're playing a game and you're trying to go through a jumping puzzle and you keep messing it up because, oh, I hit the wrong key, you know. So like typically you want to be able to change your trajectory in midair when you're doing any kind of a jumping involved game. And GTA is not a jumping involved game. Like this is about all the jumping you need to do is what this character can do. It's mostly about running from the cops and jumping over stuff, right? Like, or climbing over stuff, not jumping. And you know, like that's it. You don't even need a sprint. Like there's a walking thing, you know, like, and you're kind of just always sprinting, right? So like that's why they don't have an actual sprint. It's jog. That's what you call jog in a video game, because this is walk. Oops. Crap. I don't know how to get back once you disconnect like that. But yeah, I mean, like I have the same thing, like, and I forget their button. Oh, it's control. Yeah, so this is walk, and then we call this jogging in a video game, and then sprinting would be the next one up. So this isn't going to work for my game. It's very cool. If you want to learn about root motion animation blueprints, I do suggest getting this because, how do I do it? Yeah, we get into our animation blueprint. I had it open last time. So if you go into this, this is some of the best commenting I've seen. Usually comments done by developers are worded to where you can't understand a single thing they're saying. It's in such advanced jargon that you're just like, what am I even reading, you know? Like, but this is actually worded really well. It's not just worded well, they actually explain things like so in-depthly and like from a newbie's perspective and stuff. And they're like, hey, this needs to be here because it's doing this, and like they explain things so well, and it's very well organized too. Like everything is broken into functions. Like this is typically just a real big mess in your event graph here, but it's broken down into like all these functions and everything is commented. And this is like so well organized. They use a lot of enums and stuff. So like if you want to like learn about it, I suggest downloading this and just reading these comments. Like this seems like I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be coming back to this and learning all about this, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use this in my game. It's just, I had high hopes that I could just drag and drop this in my game, be done with it, but I don't think that's going to work. I'm thinking I'm going to have to rebuild my animation blueprint from scratch, which I've done 3 times, and it's very time consuming. I'm going to try to do it before I go on vacation here in a few days. I'm going to grind like hell and just try to get it done. And you'll see another video from me in a couple days if I'm successful at it. I'm probably going to not do root motion this time, which should make it a lot easier. And then if I release the game, get some money, and I want to add co-op, I'll hire people and just redo all that stuff. Like, I'm not gonna try to be all super advanced root motion with a single player game. That's so pointless and over the top. So we are going to completely remake our animation blueprint. So this is 5.4, which I didn't really notice too much. I noticed my lighting is a little different and the shaders act different, and the loads here, I'm gonna have to fix that. That didn't happen before. You can see we have really messed up loads with the castle assets. But I didn't really notice too much more, and a lot of the lighting might just be because of the fog. I adjusted the fog because I was adjusting the landscape here. But they get rid of all my colors on my folders too, which I guess it made a new project, so the old project probably still has the colors, so maybe it's supposed to do that. But yeah, I started realizing, I started cleaning up all the folders in here, which you might have noticed there's like not too many. I still have a few more to get rid of, like the armor, the arrows, the weapon, and the farm crops, which I'm using quite a bit of in here, and I need to fix up the directories before I delete those. Long story short, 5.2, they must have had a bug or something, because I messed up my game a lot, dragging and dropping things into different folders and deleting stuff. My game got so messed up, and I was so scared to try and do that all while I was working in 5.3 that I never did until like a few days ago. And I started doing it, and it was working fine. So it was really easy to kind of get this organized because it worked. And I basically got everything in my folders now, in my game folders. I moved all my meshes, my materials, my textures, everything's moved over here now. We got everything. And I still need to organize it a little bit. You see like some stuff is in here and some stuff is in these folders. But I got it all in my folders now, which was the huge thing. So I could delete the original download folders. Like when you're in here, if you don't know, and you download some of these, which you're probably going to end up downloading a bunch of them to look at stuff. Do we have two editors open? That's weird. You're going to eventually have like a whole bunch of them, and you're going to have to organize it. Otherwise, you're going to be having people install like a 60 gigabyte file full of crap they're not even using in their game. So, like I got down to a few folders, and one of them was this man folder, which is the dude. And I was like looking at stuff, and I was like looking at the animation things and the mannequins and stuff, and I was like looking at this. I was like, Master, I was like, oh, I got it tied to that. I was like, wait a second. I was like, is that why my thing's so messed up? It's like, because I think I downloaded that man like right when I first started, and I think I assigned it to an EU4 skeleton, and then I renamed the skeleton and then assigned the preview mesh to the man, so I didn't realize this was the EU4 skeleton. And I've been using this, and then I've been renaming everything, and you shouldn't do that. I even renamed Quinn to SK Man. Like, why did I do that? What? Like, everything's messed up. Like, everything is just completely jacked. And I'm like, okay, that's, I think, why I'm messing up, because I'm getting these animations for like a new skeleton, for the bow, and for the crouching, and for the running and jogging. And then I'm retargeting them to my master skeleton, which is actually the old EU4 skeleton, and that's why everything looks jacked up. Retargeting new stuff to the old one does make it look messed up, but you can retarget the old ones to the new one, and it looks fairly decent, which is what all I'm going to have to do for any of my old animations, which I don't think I even have old ones. So I think I figured out what was going wrong here, and I'm going to make a brand new, fresh new project, which will have all the new default, this stuff in there, but it's also going to have the new stuff, because this is from like 5.1 or 5.2. Like this, they just because I update the game doesn't update all the default stuff you start with. So like there's all kinds of new stuff now, like rigging stuff and all kinds of stuff. So like I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to make a brand new animation blueprint from scratch again, and I'm going to redo all my animations, import them all again, and they should be retargeted to the fresh new skeleton now that is not the old EU4 master skeleton renamed broken why did I do that thing. I'm going to remake all my locomotion things for crouching and swimming and the bow and all my aim offset and redo everything, which is going to take a long time. But hopefully that's the problem. And see, this is tied to the master skeleton. I can see it right there in the detail thing, which is the EU4. So I think that's my problem. Hopefully it looks a lot better, which is, I've got it to where it doesn't even look that bad now. I've messed with some keys, and like as long as I don't use that ridiculous sprint animation, this one, it really doesn't look that bad. Why are we lagging? 25 frames, why is it? I don't know, it's probably because I'm running OBS and like a million other things, but like it doesn't look all that bad. Like it's just like he's got that old ass skeleton. That's why he's like leaning and his arms are all weird, and he like kind of looks to the side a little bit. Like that's what the EU4 dude did. Like if you remember, like that's what he did. So I think that's my problem. And I think there's one more thing I'm trying to kind of just touch on. I know the video is getting long, so I'm not going to go in depth with it. I'll do that in another video if people are curious about it. But I added this currency thing here. You might know this from old school medieval games, you know, like the copper coins, the silver coins, gold coins, and there's actually platinum coins too, but I hide that if I don't have platinum coins. And I'm going to, now that I have this in the game, I'm going to try to brainstorm of a way to add put your money away in a box, you know. I'm going to add like a button that you click and you deposit, or maybe you can click this and drag and drop it or something, or maybe both or something, I don't know. And I want to make it to where you can, I want to put up all my gold and keep my silver and copper. I want to put up everything but my copper coins, you know, and maybe I want to put some gold in this box for something specific, you know, and I'm going to keep most of my money in this box. So, you know, like I'm just going to kind of think about it for a little while before I start trying to add that. But this was kind of a cool thing I added, and I just kind of kept my old value system. It's actually only one variable, which is the copper coins, the old coins. I'm not sure if that's really loud or if it's just loud on my headset, but I might need to adjust the volume on that. But yeah, I'm just using the one variable for that, and I've converted it into all the different things in your inventory widget, which is pretty cool. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for future videos. Hopefully I have one out soon. If not, it means I failed and I went on vacation, and I'm going to have to figure it out when I get back. So wish me luck. I'm going hunting, and see you guys in a little while. Later.